You already know what it is. You are now tuning in to Damaged Goods. Hey, make sure you tap that follow. Oh, yeah. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. We're going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Damaged goods, but you know I still got the value. Did it by myself, I made my name without you. Yeah, I got a game on lockdown, ayy. See me when I'm chilling at the top now, ayy. I'ma tell my story. I don't give a fuck, you can watch out. Mind over matter, I'm telling the truth. Been through the worst, I got nothing to lose. Talking to me, better watch what you say. I am the one who don't play with no games. Velocity, property of my own shame. Militant minded and sick in the brain. Truly right now, I don't need to explain. Maki on fire, now you know my name. Hey, damaged goods, okay, wait, damaged goods, okay, wait, damaged goods, but you know I still got the value. Did it by myself, I made my name without you. And I got a game on lockdown, see me chillin' at the fucking talk now, I'ma tell my story. I don't give a fuck, you can watch now. Damaged goods, but you know I still got the value. Did it by myself, I made my name without you, And I got a game on lockdown, ayy. See me when I'm chilling at the top now, ayy. I'ma tell my story. I don't give a fuck, you can watch now. Yeah. Hey, hey, what? Hey, gang, yo, you already know what the fuck going on. Damaged goods, damaged goods with no motherfucking regrets.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing today? So we're going live again with William. I am dropping the link. All right, William, it's there for you. I'm trying to see. Everything looks so weird. They changed YouTube and StreamYards. So what's going on, everybody? How's it going? Hi. Okay. I have Mark, Mama, William. There you go. Right here, buddy. Check it out. That one's for you. As soon as he hops up, we will get started. Checking is in the house. You're here for the party? I'm here for the party too. I'm just waiting. William. Oh, William, come out and play. And we are here. All right, guys. I know everybody has been looking forward to seeing you again. So
how's it going?
Good.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can everybody hear us?
Coming from you live from the car once again.
From the car.
Yeah, I got to get some electrical stuff taken care of in my place. But in the meantime, how's everybody doing?
So far, so good. So everybody, they have been looking forward to you coming on. In fact, they were so excited that you were coming on. They were talking about it in my husband's chat.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, my avatar. What does my avatar look like?
It's the round U.S. Marines Semper Fi symbol sticker. You know, like they have that, like the American Legions.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Everybody.
Yeah, give me a couple minutes, and I will actually put my cam on.
Uh-oh, guys, you hear that? Looking forward to it. I think we had a little bit of an argument about you in the other chat. I think I had tried to calm everyone down.
Oh yeah.
So
I'll tell you what, it is it's about 90, it's about 88, 90 degrees where I'm at right now.
yeah, it's in the 90s here.
Okay, so it's hot where you're at too.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. It's terrible.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, today I got some groceries earlier today and I about died. It was so hot.
Yeah, I've been melting today. I'm not even going to lie to you. It has been one hell of a day.
Thank God for the air conditioning, right?
Yeah, when you get to sit in it. I went live earlier, completely unplanned, but people had me a little annoyed with all the aggravation that they've been causing. Crap. Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Not a problem. It just, I had to say what I had to say.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you again for doing these lives. It really helps me. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You don't have to thank me. I'm happy that you're here because you have so much to share and talk about.
Yeah, it's I will be honest with you, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but you just got to keep fighting, got to keep moving forward.
That's right. You can't give up.
No, you just gotta fight the good fight, and that's what we do. Especially Marines, we never say die. We just keep fighting. You know what I mean?
Yes. And
That's what we do.
I told you a long time ago, you do not give up ever.
Yeah, Semper Fi, do or die.
Trying to get everything in order on my end because, of course, whenever it's time to go live, things go nutty in my house. So
yeah, thank you for posting that handsome young fellow.
Yeah, who the hell is that guy?
On the thumbnail. Yeah. Wow.
So everybody, that thumbnail, in case you did not know already, that is William's picture the day he enlisted and went to boot camp.
Yeah, a little, I don't know if we talked about it on the first live. Real quick, there's no echo on my end, is there?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure everything's clear. There's no back noise or anything.
Nope, you're good.
So, yeah, I was a bad kid growing up. I was you couldn't tell me anything. I was very hard-headed, and my mom was basically like, "All right, that's enough. We got to do something with you." And that's when
you ended up in military school, right? Is that how you ended up there?
Yeah, Carson Long Military Academy. I hated it at first. I really did. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? But after a while, I don't know, I just grew to like it. I fit in, I made friends. And I just felt like I was where I belonged, And I missed home a lot initially. But, you build so many friendships, even at, the military academy. I built so many friendships there alone.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just feels like it was forever ago. But for me, it doesn't even feel like it was that long ago.
Right.
And
how long ago was it? Do you feel like hinting around about your age?
Yeah, well, I am 42 right now. So yeah, that was a few decades ago.
Not that long ago. Not that long ago at all.
For me, it made me into the person that I am now. Like, I'm such a caring person. I try to do whatever I can for somebody, even if I don't know them. I'm still that person that if you're broke down on the side of the road and I see that you need help, I'm going to pull over and try to do everything I can to help you.
As am I. Especially because I've been a biker my whole life, so I always pull over for bikers too. There he is, ladies. The moment y'all have been waiting for. So.
But yeah, I just I really enjoy helping others out. Another thing with me is like I'll have random people, they're just drawn to me. They just want to have somebody to listen to them. So I'll listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever comes from it, but just to be able to listen to somebody, I'm always going to do that.
Right. And what I've been doing with the abuse playlist is a lot of times I do a lot of listening too. Some people do not want to actually come on yet. They're not ready to. And I'm still there to talk to them and help them sort things out. And when they decide that they want to come on, they will. I have a few that I have to read a few stories for people, but I'm going to do them in the form of a video, I think, because that would be better since they won't be here to answer questions themselves.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I really enjoy this. It's like therapy for me. And like I told you, if I could reach one or two people to let them know that they're not alone, because when we get out, we think that we're forgotten and nobody cares what we do. I mean, that's something that I struggle with even now.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is they're not forgotten. We are here for you. Everything that you do means so much more than you could ever realize. I try to tell myself that a lot, and for me, talking about it, sharing stories, talking with other guys, other women about their experiences, it's very therapeutic for us,
Mm-hmm. And it is for a lot of people that are watching or that catch the replay, because there are so many people, like I told you earlier, anybody overseas that might be watching in their free time, they're getting to hear you and see you, and learn from your experiences. And anybody that may have been enlisted into one of our branches of the service, our veterans, anybody that's listening, they relate to you and it helps them. So you help a lot more than you think you do.
Yeah, for me, I'm a very private person. It's hard for me to kind of open up, even with this, I'm working on just kind of like coming out of my shell, because I have so many stories that I want to share with everybody, even with you, I just got to let them out, it'll make me feel better talking about them,
Absolutely. It always helps. Talking is definitely the first step to getting the weight off your shoulders and just feeling a little bit more comfortable in your own skin, because you're not talking about, yourself. You're talking about everything that has surrounded you and you're teaching people, we don't know what happens when you're living that. We just know, it's easy to say, oh, I've watched a movie. Well, that's not, it's close, but it's not real life. It's not your real life. It's not your experience.
Right. I'm big into military movies. I know a couple of my favorite, at least my favorite. The one that really touched me was Megan Levy. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a true story. and it kind of tells her story and what she went through. Um, Shia LaBeouf actually was in a movie called Man Down, which is pretty powerful, and it's it brings a tear to my eye every time I watch it. Very powerful movie. I don't know if anyone's ever watched it, but it's a really good movie. It's called Man Down.
I have not seen that one, actually. That's one I'll have to look for.
Yeah, it's called Man Down. It's got Shia LaBeouf, just like me, Lance Corporal. Loses one of his buddies over there. Every time I see that particular scene, I just lose it. I just lose it. And the ending breaks my heart too, but it just shows you like what can happen. You know, sometimes it's hard to get into a different mindset when you're used to a certain mindset, a military mindset, a combat mindset, you know?
It's trained and kind of like programmed and beaten into your head. Like eat, sleep, breathe. You know, that's part of your daily routine. So how hard is it to leave that mindset on the bus when you come home?
Well, for me, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, it's something I still struggle with, you know, civilian life, you know, life after the military, you know. Um, you know, what do we do now? What are we supposed to do now? I think for me, I feel like a guardian, you know, guardian to my mother, guardian to my son. Every time I'm out in public, I always like look around to see what's going on. If I see anything that kind of seems like it's out of place, you know, that's just what I do. Just kind of checking the perimeter, you know. I always do it no matter where I'm at, you know, even when I'm in church, I do the same thing, you know.
Right.
And it's just, you know, it's so many things are changing now, but they're not changing for the good, you know.
I agree.
I just wish that we could just, you know, unite, be together, love one another, you know, instead of looking down at one another. And it's just like, if you see somebody that doesn't look like you, well, why do you have to look down at them? You know, so many people, I feel like they don't get the military life, you know, and that's fine, but don't look down at somebody for it either, you know. And that frustrates you, you know, it does. But, you know, I'm working on it. You know, I'm not letting it get to me as much as I used to let it get to me. Kind of seeing like both sides of, you know, where somebody's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, it was always about the golden rule. You know, treat others like you would want to be treated. Why is that so hard to do now? You know, it's so hard for people to do that. It's like, it's just so frustrating because I don't know what it is, but with me, to be honest with you, it's like I encounter some of the worst people. You wouldn't believe some of the people I encounter. They're just just mean individuals. And it just like, it's heartbreaking to me, you know?
Right.
Because I'm like, if you even had a little bit of a clue what I've come through and what I've been through, and I still have a smile on my face, and you're miserable, and you're hating life, and you have no reason, you know. I mean, you look pretty good from what I'm seeing, you know. They just look so.
Don't realize the sacrifices that you guys make in order for us to live the life that we live.
Yeah, it's just very frustrating, you know. And I know, you know, sometimes we get a bad rap, you know, but not all of us. I mean, there's bad apples everywhere. There's bad apples everywhere in everything, you know. Just like you have your bad cops, you have your bad cashiers, you have there's bad apples everywhere. It's not just the military, you know.
So somebody wants to know when you first noticed that you were experiencing symptoms of PTSD.
It was like, for me, it was like shortly after I got out. I just couldn't sleep. I mean, I went days. I just couldn't sleep. I was afraid to sleep because when I was over there, I didn't really sleep much because I was so on edge,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so many sounds going on. You hear all these like booms and bangs, and it's like, you wonder where it's coming from. You wonder if it's coming towards you. You hope it's not coming towards you. I don't know, like, and it broke my mom's heart because it's like, she was like, well, what happened to my son? And I was like, Mom, it's nothing that you did. It's got nothing to do with you,
Right.
But it was like shortly after I got out, I don't know, I had a hard time adjusting. But for me, fitness and exercise has always been big with me, and it helped me tremendously. And then just like talking about it, even with my mom, we've talked about it so many times. And, I love her because I know she hears me, she listens to me. And she was always there for me. She was such a big support for me. And my brother, God rest his soul. Seth really got me through a lot too. And I miss him so much. I really do. I'd give anything for, I know he's hearing this right now, but, talking to him really helped me too. And I'm so blessed that I got that time with him that I did.
I know it. I know that affects you still because we've talked about it. But like we mentioned last time, you did everything you could, and you had no idea what was going to happen.
No, and like I said, I didn't know he was in the amount of pain that he was suffering from. I just didn't know because, Seth was always an upbeat, happy person. He was always, cracking the jokes, making everybody laugh. And, I just didn't know he was hurting as much as he was,
Right. Did he hide a lot of that? Did he keep a lot of that to himself?
He did. God bless him. He always, if I would be down, he would always lift me up. He'd always tell me some sort of joke, and even if it was stupid, it was funny, and he really did. He kept it, he kept it in the background for a long time. And I blamed myself for so long. I thought, maybe it was my fault. Maybe if I would have been there, with him more, if I would have been there and not been away from him so much, would he still be here, But, when I was deployed, the conversations I had with him, my mother, the letters, I cherish those so much. And it's what got me through that, in prayer too. I remember praying so much. If you're not a praying person, when you go over there, you start praying pretty quick. I'll tell you that.
Believe it.
I just want, if anything, I tell you all the time, I do this for the ones that didn't come back, that they're not forgotten. And their sacrifice meant everything, and it's not forgotten. You are not forgotten.
Never. Always in our hearts and minds.
Absolutely. But yeah, Seth was an amazing kid. He had a heart of gold. He was a handsome guy. He would have done anything for you, just like me. If he didn't know you, he'd still help you out. And if he saw you in the corner by yourself, he would pull you out and be like, hey, come on, I got you. Let's do this,
Right. So,
but I would say, anyone, I would just, real quick, like anyone who may be suffering, I would say just reach out to somebody. you know, whoever that is, whether that's a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, somebody that you went overseas with, you know, a brother in arms, just reach out to somebody because somebody will listen. And if you need to, reach out to me. I mean that. If you need somebody to talk to, I'll be here for you. Give me a call. I'll listen. Just reach out to somebody because, you know, it you know, we're losing too many. We're losing too many.
It's true. You guys don't have enough support when you come back home at all. If anything, it's less support and more hate, I find.
Well, yeah, you know, when I look at, I watch a lot of like history as far as like military stuff goes, and when the guys came home from Vietnam, they didn't get any support either.
My
They
dad
were
was
calling those guys baby killers, and I'm like, really?
nobody.
You know, yeah, they didn't get any kind of welcome at all. You know, oh, I don't even know why you guys are over there, man. You know, what do you know? It's just, and it breaks my heart, even what those guys had to go through when they came home.
My dad doesn't talk about it.
I can't even imagine the hell that they went through over there. And that, you know, I've watched documentaries, I've heard of interview stories, and it just breaks my heart. You know, that they had to even come home to any of that crap. You know.
Yeah, I agree. It's harder because of that, you know, everything they went through. They really don't talk about any of it. My dad has talked about very few things, and none of it has anything to do with the war itself. It's very, very upsetting. At 81 years old, I still don't even know what he experienced.
Yeah, and I get it, You know, even for me, there's a lot of stuff that it's hard for me to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I know if I do talk about it, it will make it, you know. But some of the things that you see over there, it's like you can't unsee that stuff.
Right.
You know, and a lot of times you're like, what are we doing over here? What are we doing? You know, why are we here? But like I said, we just keep marching forward and you know, doing what we do and praying every second that we come back.
What I know you mentioned veteran awareness. What would you like to say about that?
Oh, I'm hearing emergency sirens.
Yeah, we hear that often. What do you want to
Yeah,
share?
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, it's very far away, and you picked up on it.
Yeah, that's one thing that's always I can never miss those. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, like, you know, we just need to be nicer to each other. We need to lift each other up instead of breaking each other down. You know, I'm just tired of seeing it. You know what I mean? I'm tired of it. You know, um, two flags that I fly with pride: the American flag and the Marine Corps flag. And don't ever let me see those disrespected in any shape or form. I don't care who you are. Don't ever let me see it because I've seen videos of it and it makes me sick. Desecrating the flag. I'll tell you what, if you that gets to my core like you would not believe.
I agree. It's something that very, very much hurts my feelings, makes me mad, insults me.
Yeah, same here because there's men and women that have died fighting for that flag.
Yeah.
And so many people just, it just means nothing to them. And I just don't understand that. That's what gets me the most. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. I could go off on a tangent on that. Oh man, it just strikes my core just like you.
Yeah, I'm a very sensitive person, and there's a lot of things that upset me. Just because I never was able to enlist doesn't mean that I have less of a right to feel any kind of way that I feel, because I come from a very strict military family. So I have it, you know, it's engraved in me. My dad instilled everything that, his beliefs, everything in me since I was a little kid. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm
Um,
having a bad hair day, as you can tell. That's why I was like, I'm going to throw the hat on. I need to get a haircut anyway, but it's all good. I think I look okay with the hat on.
yeah, you don't look bad with the hat on. Ladies, what do you think? You like his hat? What would you like to share for veteran awareness? I know that was something you wanted to discuss, that PTSD and veteran awareness. So what kind of things do you want to share and hopefully, teach people?
Yeah, I would say, for one, you're not alone. Just reach out to somebody. Anyone that's watching this, if you're struggling and you need somebody to talk to, I'll give you my number. I'll talk to you. If that means keeping you alive, then I'm going to do that. Because that's how much I care, because I've been there, and I struggle myself, but I've come a long way from what I've been, and we're just losing too many. We're just losing too many, and I just want them to know that they are loved and they are not forgotten. And if you're feeling just not like yourself, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. I've been there. It's okay to not be okay. To not feel like yourself. It took me a while to adjust myself. The VA does have. I've had my struggles with the VA myself, but things are changing slowly but surely.
I find the VA doesn't offer a lot of help and resources. I'm actually disappointed.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, I second that for sure. Because you just want to talk to somebody, and you want to talk to somebody that that is going to listen to you and that's going to care about what you're saying. And a lot of them, they just don't. And even like for me, like I told you, like doing this is therapy to me. Versus talking to somebody that I don't even really know, somebody that keeps looking at the clock, and after an hour they're like, all right, your time is up, we'll see you next week.
Do you find that
nobody wants to
in any way? Have you ever found comfort walking out of there like, man, I'm really happy that I went today? Or were you ever proud of the things that they offer and talk about, and like the support that they show?
To be honest with you, no. But that's just me. I've tried doing the groups, I've tried doing the therapy, and it just wasn't working for me. If anything, it frustrated me more. It added to my frustration and everything else that I was feeling at the time. And some of those people, they act like they don't even want to be there, and that just like that just hurts you. It's like, why are you even working here? What are you doing if you hate it here so much?
Yeah, I have
But
too. Mama Bear says she's heard that a lot, and It's the truth. What about the doctors and, if you need a specialist, they don't have them very close to home. They should be located close to where everybody lives in every town. You might have to go 3 or 4 hours just to go to a dentist.
Yeah, absolutely. The resources should be more local. Like you said, you don't want to have to drive 2, 3, 4 hours just to see somebody. Um, I'm big into military movies. I watched a movie a while back. Oh man, I can't remember the name of it, but it's about a Marine. He comes home, he's got PTSD really bad, and he actually goes into a bank and he holds the bank up, just because he wants somebody to hear him, because nobody's hearing him. And when I watched that movie, I was like, oh my God, I can so relate to that, because so much of us go through that. It's an amazing movie. I just can't think of the name of it right now. I think it came out like a year or two ago.
I don't know what that is. I've watched so many movies, and to be honest with you, like, there's not an awful lot of them popping up into my head, and I'm actually quite embarrassed about it. What about
No.
What about military dogs? How do you feel about having the dogs?
I'll tell you what, Roxy. I don't know if I told you much about my girl Roxy. She's a pit mix. I've had her for 13 years now, and she's been such a big support of mine. She's helped me so much, and I know she doesn't have much time left. For me personally, that helped me so much. Having a companion. For some it's a dog, some it might, I don't know, it might be a cat for some, but the dogs for us really help us. Just being able to love on her, hug her. If you're having a bad day or you're really struggling, you just hug on them and they love on you. Oh my God, that's everything. Makes you feel amazing. The unconditional love. They love you so much.
Right. I mean, like the ones that are on the line with you guys over there, that they have sniffing out bombs and things like that. Do you think that is something that should definitely be done? Like, it helps, or do you not agree with it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're soldiers just like we are. They save our lives. They really do. They find a lot of LEDs that we don't know of, but they do. They've saved so many lives. It's amazing how many lives they've saved.
And they have PTSD as well. There is such thing as a dog having PTSD. Mine does.
Yeah, absolutely. They struggle just like we do. Absolutely. Like I said, they go over there and fight just like we do. And I have all the respect in the world for the canines. Absolutely. And they're so relentless too. They really are. They have no fear. You know what I mean? They really don't. So yeah, I have all the respect in the world for the canines for sure. They are definitely warriors.
They will put their lives on the line for everybody that they are.
They do.
Working with. I mean, my dog would absolutely put her life in front of mine if she had to. And she's never been through combat, but I saved her from a dogfighting ring.
Yeah, your dog, by the way, is very beautiful. I've seen some pictures. Very beautiful.
She's a good girl. She's been through a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she looks like an amazing dog for sure.
It took her a little bit to come around. At 125 pounds and around 14 months old, she is just now learning how to be a puppy. And she's way too good to do things, but sometimes it hurts.
Right.
As well, though.
Yeah, like I said, I know Roxy's time's coming to an end, but I'm just really trying to cherish these last, these last little moments that we have left. I know that's gonna. Oh my God, I'm just tired of loss. You know what I mean? I've had so much loss in my life, and I know she only has a little bit of time left. But I'm just trying to give her the best life that I can give her, and know that we'll be together again. But she's an amazing dog. She really is. She intimidated a lot. I mean, because she's very muscular, like your dog. But once you get to know Roxy and once you're around her, she's a big baby. She'll kiss you to death. She'll jump on you like she's a little like lap dog.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're amazing dogs. They definitely are.
They are. She knows, I'm not sure if you have her registered, but she's definitely your ESA, your emotional support animal. And she knows it. She knows when you need her more than other times. So she's always going to be there.
Absolutely.
Living room charging because it was dead.
How is the connection?
Good. You were a little staticky. You're better now.
Okay, is it better now?
Yep. Absolutely is.
Yeah, like you said, like the dogs. It always amazed me. I mean, they go through the training to just like you have like a canine with a law enforcement officer. They train to be able to find, the drugs, the marijuana. Well, the military dogs, they go through the training to find the IEDs, and they find them no matter where they're at. And like I said, it saves so many lives. You know what I mean? And I feel like they don't even get half the credit that they deserve. And they deserve. They really do. They really do. They're warriors too.
How many canines do you think that y'all have over there per company, platoon? I know everybody breaks up and other companies and other troops from other, areas and whatnot. How many do you think on average you guys have?
Boy, that I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. A lot of the German shepherds, some of the labs. I would definitely say a good bit, definitely. And like I said, I mean, they're soldiers just like we are,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us owe our lives to them, because they save our lives.
Do a lot of them lose their lives just doing their jobs?
Some of them do, yeah. Some of them do, unfortunately. Because I mean, you never really know how it's going to play out, unfortunately. But they, I'd say what they are fearless. I mean, literally, they have no fear at all. And a lot of us would not be here today if it was not for them. So.
Right. I don't know what the hell just happened. My screen went black.
Oh no!
There, can you see us? I mean, I can hear you. Hold on, keep going. There we are. What the hell just happened? That was quite odd.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but whatever. Everything happens. It's odd. Like I told you, I dropped my damn phone out the freaking car window trying to take a picture of something.
Oh yeah, you told me a little bit about that. Yeah. How has everything been?
It's always something.
Oh, trust me, I know. When it rains, it pours. Trust me, I know all too well about that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, just, if you're struggling, reach out. I know it's hard. But just reach out to somebody, somebody will listen. And like I said, if there's anybody watching this, listening to this, if you need somebody to reach out, you can reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. If it means keeping you alive, then that's what it's about.
Absolutely. That's why I
Because I
started
know I
doing
would have wanted that when I was struggling.
different. Everything on YouTube is just kind of, it's all lost meaning. It's kind of just the same old nonsense over and over again. And I always said I wanted to do something and do it better and do it different. And that's why I think that it's important to do what we're doing. I want people to know that we are out there. We are here for them. I was alone for a very long time dealing with my own struggles by myself. And people don't have to be alone. There's no reason for it.
Right.
Whisper. Rita. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions for William? How does your mom help? And I know it's hard for her because she does not know the struggles and she was never in the military. But how does she help you, or how does she cope with knowing that you have underlying issues from joining the military, from coming home and finding out you have PTSD and what your anxiety and depression is about? How does she handle that as a mom?
One thing with my mom, she's a very strong woman. She's a fighter. I know she struggles sometimes too, but she, if anything, it's just, William, I love you. I just want you to know that I love you. If you ever need anything, if you ever need to talk, and it's always been that way with her. And I'm very fortunate for that because I know, a lot of us don't have that. So to have that support has been huge for me. She has her worries too, she checks on me, quite frequently just to make sure I'm doing okay. I mean, fortunately for us, we live probably about, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes from one another, so we're pretty close. But I feel like I look out for her more than she looks out for me. But she's a strong woman. I always say, I was like, Mom, you have nothing to worry about. Don't worry about me. I'm good. But I know she worries. And I know absolutely, and she worries about getting that phone call. And I was like, and we've had that conversation many times, and I told her, I was like, if it ever gets to that, trust me, I will reach out to somebody. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Because she's already lost one. She doesn't need to lose another. And if anything, I'm like, Mom, just be strong. Just be strong for me. But I like, like I said, I know she has her struggles because I can see it sometimes.
And I know you don't tell your mom everything, but have you come close to making your mother's worst nightmares come true at all?
Yeah, to be honest with you, yeah, there's been a couple of times in the past, I'm not going to lie. I've had some rough moments. Like I said, I got nothing to hide. There's been some rough times for sure. It was just, a lethal dose of just everything. The PTSD, missing my brother. I live alone. I mean, I have Roxy, and it's hard for me, for me personally, it's hard for me to ask for help, because I feel like if I ask for help, that's going to make me look weak. That's going to make me look like a wimp, But with where I stand now, you know, I'll tell you what, the Lord has gotten me through a lot of dark times, a lot of dark times, a lot of prayer. And it's funny how God shows up when you least expect him to. It blows my mind every time. And I'm
He's
standing
always
here
there.
today because of him and because of his strength. And, you know, like I said, you know, for me, my darkest times, he showed me that, you know, he's got us, he loves us, and he's not going to let us fall. And I've seen that. I can contest to that.
He's always there. You have to just believe and let him in, and you will see amazing things start happening once you open up your heart and your mind.
Absolutely.
So I told you
Absolutely.
when we first became friends, you were having a very, very hard day, and we talked for a couple hours, and you just needed somebody to remind you of everything, you know, all the things we talked about. You needed someone to be there and remind you. And I had no problem doing that for you. So you just gotta remember that.
Sorry.
You know, never give up. That's all. How does 4th of July affect you? We lost him, but he'll be back. He always comes back. He watched a couple of my lives and heard some of our survivors talking, and he left a comment, and I immediately responded to him. I knew that he needed somebody to be his friend and somebody to talk to, and he's kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. He didn't think that I honestly cared and wanted to be a friend or be there for him. So we had one day where we were kind of snapping back and forth at each other, Mr. William and I. But you know, it's nothing that it wasn't able to be talked through, and he knows that. He's somebody who, you know, when you go through all the things that he has in life, it's hard for people just in general to trust. It's hard for me. And he needed to see that I was willing to prove myself, that I did care and that I was a friend. But he was somebody that immediately I knew I needed to reach out to him. I'm happy I did, because he's a very, very wonderful person, and he has a lot to talk about and a lot to share. Everyone thinks you're a hero.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. So how does 4th of July affect you? Does anything about 4th of July affect you as far as like the noises or if they're closer?
Yeah. I don't like it. I really don't. I don't like hearing the bangs and the booms. I really don't. So what I do is I just put on my earbuds, listen to a good movie, turn it up, and it just drowns all that out. I don't like it. Me personally, I don't like it, you know, because it reminds me of being over there and all that we hear over there.
Right.
And it takes me back to being over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I imagine it has to be tough. What about, do you still go to a range? Do you shoot at all? Or do you have issues with?
Nope.
I think you have
Sorry
a bad,
about that. I had to start the
connection.
car up again. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. How do you
Yeah,
feel about going to?
What? Go ahead. What were you saying?
shooting ranges. Like, do you shoot? How do you feel about the noises?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. You know, I got a few buddies of mine. We go out. You know, it's kind of like our therapy. You know, we just kind of like talk about, you know, how life is going for us. With that, it's fine. It's just the fireworks are something totally different for me every year. You know, I thought it would get better the older I got, but it's like the older that I've gotten, the worse that it's gotten. You know, and it's just like I just don't want to hear that. I just don't. You know, so I just whatever I need to do, I try to drown it out. Try not to let it get to me. Um, You know, for me, my go-to is I just put like my earphones on and just listen to a good podcast or a movie, and then I'll take them off. And then when I don't hear it really at all, I'm like, okay, now we're good to go. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it affects me.
What about Lori? She says, I had a great uncle who couldn't live by an airport where the planes would fly over. Do you have any triggers from hearing airplanes? I used to live by an Air Force base, and they were constantly practicing and doing, you know, firing squads and whatnot. Are you able to be around that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but I actually, ironically, I live by the Wilmington airport, which is probably about like 8 or 9 miles from where I'm at. Doesn't faze me at all. Doesn't faze me at all, fortunately, but it's just the fireworks that always get me. I've even had a couple neighbors. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying I can understand that they are kind of like, you know, they're shot off sporadically and whatnot, and you know they're like mini bombs. You hear them; it's kind of how it sounds, and you don't expect them all the time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, where I'm at, I mean, it's not too bad. You know, it's not as bad as it used to be, but you know, I mean, I'll hear like helicopters going over or like a plane, but you know, it doesn't really bother me. You know, sometimes it's really loud, and I feel like it's gonna land on my roof, but because they fly kind of low, but you know, for the most part, it's not too bad.
That's good.
Yeah. Hey, I know you said you had, I know you said you had to go. I don't want to keep you longer than what you have to. I just want to thank you for having me on again. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say,
it's not a problem.
to any vet that's watching this, you are not alone. We love you. Reach out to somebody, or if you need somebody to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And like I said, if it keeps you alive, that's what it's all about. Because you matter, we love you, and you are not forgotten.
That is the truth. Absolutely, the 100% truth. Will you go to your family's house with your mom or your son at all over this 4th of July? Like, do you ever do anything before it gets late enough, or you just kind of stay home and isolate?
You kind of broke up a little bit. What were you saying about the 4th?
Do you do anything earlier in the day with your family at all before the noise starts, or do you just stay home and kind of isolate?
We usually, I have like a little grill. I have like a back patio. I have like a decent grill. I love to cook. I really do. That's kind of another therapy for me. So I'll do like, you know, barbecue chicken. I'll make some burgers, hot dogs, you know, kind of like earlier in the day. Because I know the noise is probably going to be like later on in the day, going into the night. And, you know, for me, it's either like I said, putting the earphones on or going to a buddy's house. And we just, you know, we'll share stories or just like do some stupid stuff, but nothing that's going to get us into trouble. I actually did that last year, and we really had a good time. It was fun. I was in Jacksonville last year, so I don't know
That's
what I'm
good.
gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year, but I got to do something that's gonna kind of take me out of that for a little bit.
Hmm. Oh my gosh, what is this? Confluence. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I live in Florida, so we kind of don't have Fourth of July weekend. We have like Fourth of July month. It's
Oh, okay.
non-stop. Um, how does it usually do the festivities usually last longer by you, or is it kind of like it happens and then they just settle down and go back to normal life? It's okay.
Yeah, like where I'm at. I mean, it started about 2 nights ago, and it will probably go until probably into the 5th. After that, it just dies off, which is good. So it's nothing too crazy. Where I'm at is a nice community. I'm by a lot of retired older people, which is nice. So it's not too crazy. So yeah, after in the next day or two, it will probably just die off, and it will be back to you'll be able to hear a pin drop. So I like peace and
That's
quiet. The
good.
order of
I'm
God.
happy about that. Okay, back up.
Oh, here she comes.
There we go.
Oh, there she is.
I whisper.
There she
Okay, I'm
is.
sorry.
Oh, she's such a sweetheart.
This is my
Oh, she's
baby.
beautiful.
She has suffered a life that no dog deserves, and I couldn't leave her. I couldn't leave her, and this is my girl. She is so special and wonderful. She's a survivor too, but when we go on walks,
Awesome.
she carries her stuffed animals with her. They're like her security blankets. Do you have any kind of like habit, not like a security blanket or stuffed animal, of course, but do you have anything that you kind of keep with you to help you?
Yeah, like even like my room, for instance, I have my mementos. Yeah, of course, I have my uniform and stuff. But I have for instance, a hoodie that my brother used to wear all the time. I still have it. That means the world to me. It was like his favorite hoodie. He wore it all the time. So I have,
Right.
and I have the photos, the pictures. Pictures of Seth and I when we were growing up. I think when I'm struggling, I look through those, and they just kind of get me through. I feel like he talks to me every day, and I feel like he's always with me. But yeah, I think my biggest one would
Yes.
probably be his hoodie.
Yes, like
His hoodie that he always had. The hoodie that he wore all the time.
Are you able to fit into it?
And then,
Can
like
you
I
wear
said,
it?
Rocky. Yeah, it still fits. Still fits. Even my dress blues too. It's crazy.
Really?
I think it's because I try to stay fit. I don't. I haven't let myself go. I try to be in. I think I'm in pretty good shape overall. I try to eat healthy. I try to be active. But because I know some guys, they're definitely not. But it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all
Doesn't realize
love.
how big.
But yeah, I with where I'm at now, I just it's hard. I mean, like you said earlier, for me, I've definitely had some dark moments, but I just try to get in a positive space, and I just try to stay in that positive space. And I just try not to let all the negativity and all the craziness that's going on in the world get to me as much as I've let it get to me before.
Mhm.
And know that there's
How do
something
you do that?
bigger than all of us.
Keep your mind clear.
I try to look, for me, like keeping my mind clear is looking how far I've come and what I've accomplished and how I really shouldn't be here in some of the situations that I'll share with you. Absolutely. Going forward. Some of the situations I was in, I'm like, wow, how am I even still alive at this point? But God wasn't ready for me yet, you know? My brother, God had a different
Did
plan for my brother, and that's fine, but he just wasn't ready for me.
Did you have any close calls out there?
I had many. I had many, especially when we were running convoys. There was a couple close calls, and it just everything happens so fast, and it's coming so fast, and it's just like all you can do is it's just like I got to get out of this. I got to get out of this. I'm not gonna die in this moment. I'm not gonna die in this moment because they
Is
hit you
it
out of nowhere, and
hard?
everything's.
Um,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
how do you get rid of that? No, how do you get rid of the flight? They say everyone has fight or flight. I don't have flight. It was never something that was built in me. I'm all fight. But did you have? I'm sure many people have issues with fight or flight over there. How did you have issues with it, and how did you overcome it if you did?
I mean, I think that's something I still deal with even today. You know, um, learning that I don't need to be. I mean, I'm guarded, but I don't need to be guarded all the time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I guess like for me, it's just like it's so hard for me to let my guard down because it's just who I am in general. Knowing that not everybody's the enemy, not everybody's out to get you. You know, um, I teach my son that all the time. I'm like, for my son, I want him to, you know, just be an amazing person. I tell my son all the time, just be who you are. Don't be afraid to be friends with everybody. And if people don't like you, then they don't need to be in your life. I tell him all the time that people that are meant to be in your life will be in your life. Trust me, pal. They will. And I think I know what I'm talking about. But like I said, the older that I've gotten, I've just learned to let my guard down and just know that there are still some good people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone's out to, destroy you, I guess. But like I said, we just need to come together. We need to be more supportive than what we are. And, just because somebody doesn't look like you and come from the same background as you, that doesn't really mean anything. Get to know that person, pay it forward. That's what I try to do too. I try to pay it forward. Even if it's somebody I don't even know. Because you may be the only nice person that person encounters for a long time, and that says a lot. You never know.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we never know what somebody's going through. We never know. So I really try to, even though it's hard for me sometimes, I try to approach the situation as I don't know what this person's going through. Let me try to be nice. Let me try to help them out in any way that I can. And, leave it at that. Whatever they take it for, that's on them. And if I can help
So,
somebody out, I'm going to help somebody out.
ladies, I'm going to completely rain on your parade. But William has recently met somebody. How is that going?
Yeah, from what I can understand, I think she's watching this. So we've been talking a little bit. Hopefully we'll get to meet each other this week. So it's going. Hopefully, like I said, we can, kind of like get a face to face. So I'm looking forward to that.
So you guys met
And
on the internet?
oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. I don't know if you're able to hear me. How did you
Yeah, I
meet
can hear you.
online? Okay. Or was she is she a vet?
No, we actually we started talking like just recently, and I actually told her that we were doing this live tonight, and I was like, it would mean a lot to me if you could like come on and check it out. So I think she's watching. I hope she is, but um, if she is, I really appreciate you watching this, and we haven't even
Nothing like
talked officially on the phone yet,
Wow. Talk about awkward.
but yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good, but yeah. Hey, you never know. I just,
I'm happy you found someone you can talk to that you're comfortable with, that can listen to you and support you and on a personal level. I think that's really awesome. So if you're out there, lovely lady, thank you very much, because my friend deserves a very special person that is willing to be by his side and support him in every way possible. Don't let me find out that you don't do a good job.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I just,
lady.
Yeah, like for me, I just want to meet somebody I can connect with, and I can be there for them, and build them up, and we can be there for each other, and because I've been solo for a while, it feels like it's been a long while, but I just want it to be the right situation and not something that just, you just kind of settle into. I just want something more than that.
Did I find her? Hold on.
Yeah, I think that's her right there. Yeah, that's her.
Do you want to hop on panel, Jessica? If I drop the link, you want to come on and say hello? I'd like to meet you.
Yeah, if she wants to, definitely. Man. Yeah.
Let me just leave this right here, and she's welcome to click it if she wants to come on. Very cool. See, she's been chatting this whole time, and I didn't even know she was in here. Oh.
I didn't even either. I haven't been looking. I can't even really see the chat.
Yeah, it's when you're on your phone, you have to click comments, but that's why I try to highlight them so that I hope that you can see them on the phone.
Yeah.
We'll wait a little bit and see if she wants to come on. I mean, I've already made it awkward. Nothing like open it. Get a little bit more awkward.
Yeah, I know. Right? But no, I really appreciate you.
Everyone's saying that you are awesome, brave, kind, great person. And yeah, Jessica, hi, how are you? I'm happy you're here. And I think it's really awesome that you became friends with my friend over here. So
is she in the chat?
She's not commenting at the moment, so I'm not sure if she's the link or not, but we're going to give her a minute just in case.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what advice do you have for huh?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What advice do you have for military, whether they're active or not, that are looking for a special somebody to talk to, spend their life with, the struggles. What is it like to find somebody that can support you with everything, your stories, PTSD? Like how hard is it to find somebody, and how important is it when you do find that person?
It's just like, somebody that just accepts you for who you are, no matter what your background is and where you come from. Somebody that you can talk to, you can open up to, somebody that's going to listen, is so important. I've always said there's somebody for all of us. Sometimes it just takes some of us longer than others to find that special somebody. But I've always, I tell my son this too, we have somebody special for all of us. It just, sometimes it takes us a while to find that somebody, but, oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey,
how are
how's it
you?
going?
I'm good. How are you? I was not expecting this. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I
I'm
am
glad you came
great
on. I
at
appreciate it.
awkward situations. I'm awesome at that. So everybody, meet the lovely Jessica. I learned of you earlier, and I am so happy. Look at him. Isn't he happy? So
Yeah.
tell me about yourself.
About myself? Oh.
Yeah, she is beautiful. She is definitely beautiful. Yeah, tell me about yourself. What do you do for a living?
I've been a recovery coach for a lot of years now. I've actually been in recovery for almost 8 years. So I'm very passionate about the work I do.
Good for you.
And the people I work with. I have 3 amazing kids. They're older. They're going to be, oh God, my daughter's going to be 19 and my boys are going to be 23 and 25, all in July.
All in July. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. My oldest will be 20.
Oh wow. Isn't it so weird when they get to be so much older?
Yeah.
Well, nobody talks about.
Yeah, I don't like it very much.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
So, how did you meet William?
We actually met online, and then we exchanged phone numbers. Actually, the first night we talked. And
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. Thankfully, I haven't had to be back online. I've just been enjoying getting to know him.
Do you have experience with maybe family in the military or friends?
I've had a lot of close friends in the military. Yeah, I'm so proud of him for coming on here, and he's got the biggest heart. And like he said, they're not forgotten, ever, and they never will be. But it's so nice to see him and hear him express that to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. He's helping people and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah, no, I don't think he does.
But you know what? Look,
yeah,
you
I really
found
appreciate
another
it.
friend that moves forward, and you never know what's going to happen. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Has he
we're
shared a
hoping
lot
to
of
meet
stories with you or anything?
Some he has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the rest.
Aww. So, have you guys video chatted before? Or is this the first time you're video chatting?
This is the first time.
Yes, the first.
So say something, William.
Yeah, officially.
I didn't think I wasn't sure if it was real. It just seemed a little too good to be true.
Yeah, this is the first.
Aw. That's awesome. Well, I did it. I did it. I made it happen.
Yeah, right. You heard it here
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're hoping
That's
to
great.
meet each other this week. So, and
So
I
then
think
you're
we
not
live
too
close
far
to
away
each
from
other
each
too.
No, I mean, I think maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
great.
It's not far at all.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's crazy. I know. It's awesome.
everyone in chat, they are just very supportive.
What's that, hon?
Yeah, I'm
So,
telling you, it happened when you least expect it to.
So how do you feel?
Which one?
Pretty good. Yeah, we've I mean
Absolutely.
we've been texting each other a lot. Obviously, we're actually going to talk probably after this for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure.
yeah, definitely looking forward to that for sure.
Me too.
That's awesome. I think it's so great. When he told me that he had been talking to someone, I was very excited. I couldn't wait to ask about it, but we were going live here soon. So I figured I would just talk about it here.
And you did.
So I think she's very well equipped. Yeah, I think she's equipped to be a strong partner, especially being in recovery. You know, she has her own demons and battles to fight. So I think together, you guys would do really well. Even if it just stays friendship level, I think that is something lasting.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is awesome.
Do
I
you
wasn't
do any-
expecting this, but this is definitely nice. I'm enjoying it.
Me too.
I don't think any of us expected it. I know I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm
right.
happy.
And I'm in the car too.
Do you do anything to celebrate? Yes, you are. he's good for the car lives.
I know. The next one won't be from the cars, so
That's okay. Everybody's all happy, talking about their hearts are dancing, and this is sweet, and they're loving it. This is so cool. Uh-oh, they wish you guys love forever. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but you know what? That's okay.
yeah, right.
So, do you look forward to meeting each other? Are you guys nervous? Take turns.
I'm nervous, but
Even, yeah, the same. Nervous but excited. You know, definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to having that first conversation. You know.
yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this was definitely
I'm
a nice
excited.
icebreaker.
It was quite a nice break.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's like, she might be watching, and I was like, are you in here?
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been there from the beginning. It's been amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I
Awesome.
told her we were doing this, and I was hoping that she was going to be here, so I had a feeling she was. So
Well, I mean, yeah. Look at this. Now that's support.
and I'm glad you got
And
to
she
hear some of
hopped
that.
up.
I am too. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, said I got online.
So were you
and
nervous,
nothing.
William? Were you nervous talking about
Yeah, I'm already
anything?
starting to hear. Wait, what did you say real quick?
I'm telling you, she's beautiful, really. Were you nervous talking about anything, knowing that she could be in the chat and you weren't sure?
Not really, because like I said, I don't, what you see is what you get. I don't hide anything. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I am who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I've come a long way, and like I said, I will not give up. I will keep fighting because it's what we do. And yeah.
That's your answer.
What's that?
You need to fight. You need to make it.
Yes.
We're not going to let you let it. We're not going to let you give up. And I don't think Jessica is either. So.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like,
I'm happy. I'm like, it's almost like I'm in the relationship. I'm not excited.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, thank you both.
And I know my brother's smiling down.
Well,
yes.
Oh, he's always with you, and he is so proud of you. He really is. Absolutely. You have no idea. Oh. I mean, it's not just people in real life that are alive today that are proud of you. It's them up there.
Yep.
Nope.
I'm reading the comments. I don't know, Jessica, if you can see the Yeah, I will let you guys go so you can go chat and we will be going live again shortly to catch up and get
to
Okay. Thank you so much for the invite. It was really nice meeting you.
Yes, you too. I am like so super excited that you were here. It was definitely a surprise for me. So, how do you feel now that you've kind of been put out there for everyone to see?
Good, actually. I'm very much the same as far as I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I've made a lot of mistakes in my past, but they've all led me to who I am today and what I do. So, I don't have those regrets, I guess. And I loved being able to listen to him and everything he had to say. It's hard, in this day and age to meet somebody that's a real person, let alone such a big heart and all of that. So, yeah, tonight's been great.
I agree. I would not want to be single today at all.
Yeah, right.
Not at all. I'm a recovering addict myself, and I have a lot of things in my past that I don't love, but I have to remember to move forward and let it go.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard to let go.
It is really hard. Forgiving yourself it's one of the hardest things to do, but that's what keeps so many people stuck, going back and going back, trying to numb what you just don't want to feel. So, but congratulations to you.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, we're pulling for you too.
See, we have two different struggles right here on this.
Yep.
Thank you. It's hard, I still get in those moments where I'm like, I can't handle this clean. And I'm clean over 10 years. Like I got close to 50. And, it's not easy. So
no,
it never gets easy.
It doesn't get easier. And I had breast cancer a few years ago. And so I've had a lot of things that have come up that it's really tested me. But I'm thankful for all of it.
Yeah. So I have a question.
I told her she's a fighter. She's a warrior too.
I had cancer. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I had a hysterectomy. I had cancer 7 years ago. I had the surgery, and when I woke up, the first thing I did was rip my Dilaudid IV out of my
Oh, oh wow. Okay.
and I got yelled at, but I felt like I failed. I felt like it was over with. I felt like I was back to day one again. So when you had your surgery, how did you feel?
Honestly, I was already working with a recovery group in Rochester, New York. At the time, they were called Hope Dealers, and we would go out on on Sundays and clean up needles and give food to homeless, anybody who needed, I mean, so, and I had a great recovery coach. Her name's Erin. So when I went through my surgeries and stuff, I had to learn how to have a lot of grace with myself, and that wasn't something I was used to. It's easy to beat up on yourself. It's not so easy to always be kind to yourself. So I really had to, and I did, I mean, through chemo and losing my hair and how sick I got, I absolutely took my pain medicine as prescribed. And I didn't have any problem stopping it when it was done. So I was really lucky.
I took ibuprofen. I didn't take anything for pain because
that's incredible.
I can't, and I don't know. It takes one time, just one to fuck it all up, and I can't afford that one time because it'll kill me this time. So
yeah. I lost a best friend actually 3 years ago almost, and she was struggling and she relapsed, and it was one night, and she's a lot of the reason I fight like I do, and I do what I do because I don't know about you, but for me, even with all my doctors and stuff, I'm red flagged everywhere. I mean, it's always about, is she pain seeking? Is she pill? And I would laugh because I would say when I was using, I never once went to the hospital. That was the last place I was going to go for what I wanted. But there's such a stereotype that goes with addiction. And I understand some of it, but it makes it that much harder for people to get the help they need.
It does. I'm not flagged. I was never really into pills or anything like that. So I'm a heroin addict, and I started at a very young age, about 13, 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it took me 3 times to recover. I won't take pain medicine at all, ever. So I think that might have been a big part of why I never relapsed, because I refused. I don't even like to do anything for headaches. So, but I know you probably understand that as well.
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I was only flagged because I was so proud of myself in recovery that I shared it with everybody, my doctors, my surgeon, everybody. Not realizing that I was going to be punished for it and looked at a certain way instead of how I felt. Like, I made it. So many people don't make it. So that's, I've done a lot of coaching at the hospitals, patients that come in and they don't have anybody to advocate for them, and they're treated like dirt. And it's not okay. Whether they're in active addiction or recovery, it's not okay either way. So, But I commend you. That's amazing.
Did they monitor you closely? Thank you. When you had your surgery, did they monitor you closely with your pain meds?
Yes, absolutely. And my biggest support has been my kids. They know everything. They very much held me accountable, which made myself hold me even more accountable. And I mean, I was really fortunate because I understood the difference after a lot of years of therapy and recovery work that taking something that I needed for pain through chemo was different than taking it to numb what I just didn't want to feel or face.
Yeah, it is. And I can't tell you how many times I've been told if you're prescribed something, take it. But there's still that fear. So I guess I'm not that confident yet. And it's been a very long time. And
but that's amazing that you know yourself. I mean, addiction is such a wide range, but we're all so different. And whatever makes you comfortable and keeps you healthy, that's 100% what you need to keep doing.
Yeah, I agree. It's not always easy.
Not.
But it works, you know.
Oh God, yeah.
It's taking the hardest road that I think is the easiest for me.
I always say
I have to feel the pain, I think, sometimes to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I tell everybody my worst day, clean, sober, is still 100 times better than any day I had with any substance in me. And it's true.
You know we're pulling for you too, right?
Thank you, William.
Absolutely. I have nothing on it yet, but I created a playlist. So I have one that's called Let's Talk About Abuse, and I have another playlist created that's called Let's Talk About Addiction. And
I just saw
I have to get myself ready to start talking on that. But if you'd like, if you want to come on and share your story, you're welcome to, because you help a lot of people that are struggling with recovery and addiction. Absolutely.
I would love to. Thank you for the invite. And you're amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, she is.
Thank you.
Really is.
Yeah.
Tonight
I'll
was
tell you what, you're a fighter too. You're a fighter too. And like I said, I thank you so much for allowing me to come on here and allowing me to come on this platform. It means so much to me. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, you have your own playlist on here, dude. So you have plenty of stories to tell, and I'm always willing to come on. So absolutely, anytime you want to come on, just let me know.
I really appreciate it. I'll tell you what, you and your husband are awesome. You guys are real. You keep it 100, and like I said, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to come on this platform. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, dude. Anytime. I'm so happy to meet you, Jessica. I think that it's awesome. She seems really awesome. So good job to you, William, for picking a really cool one out.
Yeah, I know, right? Hopefully all goes well.
I think so. I have faith in you guys. You're both very, very kind people, and you have big hearts, and you both know what it's like to have to live with a struggle. So it's easier, I think, for you two to support each other than it would be for you guys to be with somebody who does not know struggle.
Right. Absolutely.
Thank both of you again. I didn't expect to be on tonight, but I really appreciate it, William. I've loved listening to you, and you're incredible. It was so good meeting you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you got to hear a fraction of my
Me too.
story. I haven't shared it fully yet, but I'm going to
I'll
on
be here
this.
if you need.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He hasn't. He was on once before, so if you want to check that one out, you can.
I will,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm I'm starting to come out of my shell slowly but surely. I'm just so guarded, you know what I mean? And I've got so much pain that I hold on to, but sharing it helps me. So, and if I can get my story out and help another vet that's struggling out there, if I can just help one or two, then I've done my job. So, because I know I've needed that myself. So,
Yeah,
And that's
we all
incredible.
do. We all need support in our own ways, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why we're doing this. Well, I'm gonna
double dog
close
for
us
life.
out with. That's right. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yep,
I'm
Semper
going
Fi, do or
to
die.
all off panel, close out with a song, and get ready to go out because I don't know where my hubby's taking me, but I'm looking forward to
You
it.
guys have
So
a good time. You guys have a good time.
Have a great night.
we will, one day at a time. Everybody is so awesome. I want you to know this chat just adores the both of you. So thank you both for everything. And
Thank
I will be
Yes,
seeing you
thank
guys
you to
again soon.
everybody.
All right.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate it.
I need to know which way should I go. I need to know which way that I'm headed. I need to know which way should I go. I need to know if my struggle was worth it. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know that I'm gonna make it. I need to know, cause I'm getting too old. I need to know that my time wasn't wasted. I need to know, I need to know. I need to know that my lyrics are really words that I speak. I need to know that this notebook is more than paper and ink. I need to know that I should conquer or surrender defeat. cause my back's against the ropes and now I'm feeling a beat. My life was so sweet, but now it's rotten and bruised. I need to know some repercussions from the drugs that I use. Now I face the repercussions from the life that I choose. Be scarred and I'm better than live, permanently bruised. I need to know if I can win or if I'm destined to lose. But you can lace up in my kicks and walk a mile in my shoes. I need to know if you could take it, end up dead in the news. Cause I've carried all my burdens, I got nothing to lose. I need to know if this rap game is truly more than a dream. I need to know, should I pursue it or just let it just be? Cause I know that I got passion and I truly believe that this fire cracker that's in the beat. I need to know which way that I'm headed. I need to know which way should I go. I need to know if my struggle is worth it. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know that I'm gonna make it. I need to know, cause I'm getting too old. I need to know that my time wasn't wasted. I need to know, I need to know. I need to know which way to turn. This road run out, all bridges burn. But it's all my fault, don't blame the soul. Been hard inside, just like my bones. All alone, no present purpose, and a compass broke, lost and deserted. So hard to word it when it works, just a cold ass work, I'm standing sure. Is it really worth it when you fail so many times? If I die, well, then my come right on my tombstone, I try. Self-inflicted struggle, always caught up in trouble. And man, it's hard to see the picture, missing pieces to the puzzle. I need to know, will I figure it out? With all the loops on my people, I feel will worry me down. Tell them look the other way until I figure out this maze. And I close the last chapter, finally put this book away. Now, hold up, wait, don't turn the page. Last paragraph, I gotta punctuate, reiterate. I can't escape, go back and race this twisted fate. It's what it is, I can't forget. Just change how my story ends. For once I know how this struggle is, I'm sending you my condolences. I need to know which way that I'm headed. I need to know which way should I go. I need to know that my struggle is worth it. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know that I'm gonna make it. I need to know, cause I'm getting too old. I need to know that my time wasn't wasted. I need to know, I need to know.